Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Eagle Stadium in Hudsonville for the rivalry game in the OK Red. Hudsonville and Grandville, two teams that don't like each other a whole lot, and two teams that going in opposite directions record-wise, but two teams that you're not sure where they stand in terms of how their seasons are going to progress. And we are underway as Hudsonville kicks it off. And it'll be Grandville getting the ball at the 15-yard line up to the 20, the 25, the 30, and across the 30 to the 33-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs, the 2-0 Bulldogs from Grandville, ranked 10th in the state in Division I, will take over 1st and 10. They have had two very impressive wins to start their season. That's why they have been able to build themselves into the rankings in Division I. They defeated Grand Blanc to start the season 49-25, a Grand Blanc team that made a huge run toward the championship round a year ago. Here we go in the full house tee with Carson Smith at quarterback, and it is going to be a keeper by Smith. He gets off to the left side of the 35, and he gets hit from behind at the 39-yard line, and a gain of about 5 yards. Good solid gain for the senior Carson Smith. Smith 6'2" and 194. Not an easy job for a defense to try to decipher who you're going to go after in terms of tackling this full house tee offense. It's a very good mix of running backs with Jaden Terry, a freshman, Carson Kopko, a junior, and Tyson Mann, a senior. A deceptive type of offense. 2nd down and 3 after the gain of 7. Fullback dive right up the middle. Not much there, just a yard to the 41. That's Jaden Terry, the 5'9" freshman. Comes in with 3 touchdowns rushing on 31 attempts coming in. Those 31 attempts leading the team. Very speedy freshman and getting his chance to show his stuff here in his first season on the varsity. 3rd down and 2 from the 42. Ball on the left hash mark. Grandville going left to right from the tee. Handoff. It goes to Tyson Mann, and Mann will have the first down as he plows across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Beautiful night for football here in Hudsonville at Eagle Stadium. It's a rowdy crowd on the first home game of the season. Grandville also brings a nice crowd across the way. The sunshine bathing the Grandville crowd. The shade beneath me here in the press box bathing the crowd that is looking to try to get their Eagles their first win. They come in 0-2, but 2 very tough losses on the road with their first home game. Again from the tee, and again straight up the gut they will go, and it's going to be Kopko with his first carry. He'll get across midfield and into Hudsonville territory to the 48. That'll be a gain of 6 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
2nd down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
9:47 remaining here in the opening quarter. Grandville with their opening possession. They go to the full house tee again. Double tight and the tee. And the handoff is going to go right up the gut. Not a whole lot there. Piling it up at the 45-yard line, the interior line of the Hudsonville Eagles. Eagles defense going to have to stay at home. They're going to have to make sure that they play those gaps and don't get deceived by all the motion in the backfield. And again, you can't really key on anybody because they all have about the same amount of attempts coming in. 3rd down, less than a yard. Ball is just inside the 45-yard line. From the tee under center, Carson Smith. Smith turns, he fakes a handoff. He's going to throw wide open on the near flat of the 30. It's caught at the 25, the 20, down to the 15, the 10, and caught from behind. That's Tyson Mann. They don't throw it often, but this one was wide open. That's what that T formation will do for you, especially on short yardage. Tyson Mann with his 5th catch of the year. He has over 150 yards worth of catches and has 1 touchdown through the first couple of games. So the Bulldogs knocking on the door. Down to the 6-yard line. 1st down, goal to go for Grandville. Opening drive, here the ball game. And it's a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be stuffed inside the 5. It gets down to the 3 and maybe the 2.
Met up there by number 52, Millward.
Man will get it down. They'll mark it at the 1-yard line.
Second and goal.
Second down and goal to go for the Bulldogs. Coming off a win a week ago over Byron Center, where they struck on the opening kickoff to take the lead, and a lead they did not relinquish. Again from the tee on second and goal from the 1. Spin, handoff, and a touchdown.
Touchdown, Grandville.
Grandville with a very impressive opening drive. Tyson Mann from a yard out. So Tyson Mann able to get it in. He was the guy who got them to the doorstep. Getting that pass on a short situation, a third down and short. And that was very, very impressive for the visitors from Grandville. 6-0, and they are going to go for 2. And they'll line it up with that T formation. And it's a fake handoff, and it's going to be a loft into the end zone. It's caught for the 2-point conversion. Jaden Terry out of the backfield drifted out into the deep left corner, got the 2-point conversion, and it is all of a sudden 8-0. So an impressive drive for Grandville to start off this game. And that's about what their MO has been in their first 2 games. They have started 2-0 and have reached the top 10. Matter of fact, the OK Red pretty well represented in Division I's top 10, with Caledonia and Rockford at 5 and 6.
We have a large selection of smoked jerky and other meats, seasoned to perfection, available at all J&H family stores. Lacare's Sicilian Pizza Kitchen, quality, passion, roots. Lacare's.
So an 8-0 start for the visitors. And this is really a tale of 2 different types of offenses. We're going to see a wide open, lots of throwing on the Hudsonville side. But I guess we saw a little bit of the air game on the Grandville side. On a 3rd and short to get them close, and then on the 2-point conversion. There's a short kick. It's going to be taken at the 15-yard line, up to the 20, the 25, and hammered there at the 27-yard line. Carson Dykstra on the return. And Hudsonville will have the ball for the first time. So here comes Trey Carr, the senior quarterback, and his crew. They'll try to come out and match what Grandville did on their opening drive. 8-0 Bulldogs. And while we saw the old-fashioned, probably 60 or 70-year-old offense, the old-fashioned T, now we see the newfangled spread and a wideout and a handoff on the first play. Goes straight up the middle for just a couple of yards. And it goes to Drew Bain. Bain has not played in the first 2 games, so they're able to get Drew back from injury, and he is in the lineup tonight. So Bain draws the start at running back. For Trey Carr, the senior, he likes to go to the air to his senior compadre, Eli Vanderveen, number 1. Couple of yards on the play, 2nd down and 8, play action. Near side, caught at the 40-yard line on the near sideline. First down and out of bounds at the 45. It's Carson Dykstra, the sophomore, who makes the catch. He was wide open. Ran a great route to this near sideline. Was able to get wide open. And Trey Carr showed a perfection of an arm for the first down. Moving the sticks, 7:03 remaining, opening quarter, 8-0 Grandville. Carr gets the play called in from Coach Brent Sandy on the sideline. Works from the shotgun. Has the running back standing right beside him to his right, 2 wide to the right. He's going to go on the quarterback keeper, and he gets across the 50, gets stood up at the 47-yard line. Nice run. If the Eagles can get first down yardage like that, that's going to open up the passing game. That offensive line has had to pass block more often than run block.
Brings up second down for Hudsonville.
That's a gain of 7. Second down and 3 for the Eagles. Pretty young line on the left side. Pretty veteran line on the right side for the Eagles. Tell you about that after this play. Second down, 7 from the gun. Carr has a man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. He'll keep it, tuck it, crawl across the 45, and nimbly scoots forward to the 44, about a yard shy of the first down. Clock will tick down near the 6-minute mark. Quick offense. They don't huddle up. They just look over to the sideline to get their play called in. Drew Bain looking over to the sideline. Trey Carr looking over, all of the wideouts, making sure that they get the signal. They have it. Third down and a long one. Ball's at the Grandville 44. Trying to match the Bulldogs' opening drive, put them into the end zone. Low snap, but Carr's got it. He's going to loft it down the sideline, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. Quickly out of bounds, but an outstanding catch made by Brad Reardon, the senior. Again, a well-thrown ball. Reardon had to go up and get it over top of the defender, and he was able to use his height just enough to get on top of the defender and bring it down. Again, a nicely thrown ball by Trey Carr. And the drive continues for the Eagles. First down at the 20-yard line. So on third and short, they go deep, able to connect for first. Bain still the back. And we are happy to have video here at Eagle Stadium. Handoff to Bain, starts in the middle, sidesteps to the right, moves back to the middle, will pick up some yardage down to the 17-yard line. Great to have you here tonight on the Hudsonville Eagles Sports Network, a partnership of Hudsonville Athletics and WCET-TV.
Second down and 6 for the Eagles.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Eagles, going into the sunshine. The middle of the field has all the shadows here in the early going. Bain remains in the game as the running back, the lone back from the gun. 2 wide, 1 left. Shotgun snap, and it's going to be the quarterback keeper up the middle. Boy, he's going to continue motoring, and inside the 10 down to the 7. First down for Trey Carr. That's a senior playing in his final first home game. Wanting it and wanting it badly, and he's able to pick up the first. Impressive drive for the Eagles, but they're going to need to continue to knock it in to match what the Bulldogs did. 4:38 remaining here in the opening quarter. Grandville 8, Hudsonville nothing. Carr's got himself a pair of backs, one on each side, sandwiching him. He's going to give it to Bain, and he's going to squeeze through and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. How about that for the Hudsonville Eagles as they match what the Bulldogs did? And Drew Bain has his first touchdown run of the year, making his presence known for Hudsonville. That didn't take long, just about 3 minutes and 10 seconds worth of game clock. But since the Bulldogs went for 2 and got it, it pretty much lends the Eagles to have to play, you did that, I've got to do it too. And here they go. They're going to line up for 2. Carr will line up in the gun. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the near side. Man in motion, he'll go back the opposite way. Carr's going to throw that way, and it's caught. Conversion is good.
Trey Carr's pass complete to Carson Dykstra.
Carson Dykstra with the 2-point catch. And just like that, it is 8-8. Well, both offenses very, very impressive on their opening drives. Both contingents of fans can be awfully happy about what's going on out there. Now, we talked about both of these teams and the starts that they have had. In week 1, Hudsonville had to go to Saline, and Saline has one of the top quarterbacks in the state who has already committed to Notre Dame, and Hudsonville actually led that one late. but ended up losing it 24-15. A week ago, about the same thing. Again, a really close, tight game at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Again, Orchard Lake St. Mary's is always a team that is near the top of the standings, and it ended up 23-14. So a couple of tussles on the road. So you know that the Eagles, even though they're 0-2, it is a very, very tough 0-2. Well, on the flip side, Grandville, again, with a big win over Grand Blanc and then a bigger win over Byron Center. Boy, they have really run over opponents. Who is going to stop who? Will we find out here tonight as the Eagles line it up, kick it off in this 8-8 game. And it's going to be a short kick, taken at the 25 to the 30. Watch out, 35-40 to the outside of the 50, the 45-40, and out of bounds finally.
Munoz kickoff, returned by number 8.
That was caught, even caught with the nice return for Grandville, and that's about exactly what you don't want to do, is give the Bulldogs a short field. But the short field they will have. .4:12 remaining. Opening quarter, fireworks on both sides so far, with both offenses winning the day at this point. Grandville will set up shop at the 33. Well, they're going to mark off a late hit as well, so this drive is going to start way deep in Hudsonville territory. As they walk out of the shade into the sunshine, marking this penalty down to the 19-yard line. So this is about as short a field as you're going to have. So here come the Bulldogs.
19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
They'll line up in that straight T. It'll be Terry, right side, gets hit at the 15-yard line, stood up there. The thing about this T is that more often than not, when you have an offensive line as good as Grandville's has been so far this year, is that you're already 4 or 5 yards downfield before you even get hit. So you're getting 3, 4, 5 yards every chunk before you even get touched, and that has been the case. Terry has averaged 5.5 per carry. Carson Kopko has averaged 12.5 per carry, and Tyson Mann 7.5. So these guys have just been getting chunk after chunk. And here's a fullback dive straight up the gut. Not much there for Carson Kopko. Kopko, the 5'9", 155 junior. Kopko comes in as the leading rusher through 2 games with 259 yards on the ground. Couple of scores. He got most of his yardage in game 1 against Grand Blanc.
Brings up 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
3:06 to play. Opening quarter, we're tied 8-8. It's 3rd down and 4. Important play for Hudsonville's defense. Terry with the handoff, trying to get outside, won't get there.
Terry, your ball
nice
carrier.
job by Eli Vanderveen to stretch it to the sideline and stretch it outside. So now it's going to be 4th down and short. They're going to mark it at the 11. The first down marker is inside the 10, so it's 4th and 2. Key play early. Can Hudsonville's defense stand on a short field? Can the Bulldogs offense continue to motor? From the tee, handoff, first down, man gets across the 10 and down near the 6. Nothing fancy at all, just stick it in the gut of the senior Tyson Mann, the 6-foot senior who has already registered a touchdown in this game and a big reception on a 3rd and short. That was the big play in the opening drive. 2.5 remaining, opening quarter. We're tied at 8. Goal to go time now for the Bulldogs at the 7-yard line. Mann, left side, touchdown. Nobody touched him on that left side as he got through.
Touchdown, Grandville. Tyson Mann on
So
the
Tyson
carry
Mann
for the
with his
touchdown.
2nd touchdown run.
Flag on the kickoff.
So man with a 1-yard plunge and now a 7-yarder. And again, that was on the short field, just the 19-yard drive after the long kickoff return and the penalty that added that extra yardage to it. They'll go for 2 again. It's 14-8. I think these 2s could become important as this game rolls along. Handoff to man, up the middle, and it's going to be close. And he's in, just barely. It was a late call from the official, but he put the hands up as man gets in and gets the 2-point conversion.
2:16 remaining in the first quarter.
So far,
Grandville 16,
it's all about offense.
Hudsonville 8.
2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions for Granville.
Not only your family-owned bakery, but
A
also
touchdown
product of a man
and a
dedicated
2-point
life to
conversion for
making the
Hudsonville.
best quality donuts. R&M Manufacturing LLC, metal design, semi-trailer manufacturing, along with standard fabrication. All of our work is warranted. Be sure to call them for a free consultation. The Lighting Corner, your trusted.
Other games tonight around the area.
Home accents and
From the
more.
OK Red Conference, Rockford
Mercantile
is
Bank.
at West Ottawa,
Local bank with your local
Caledonia
Hudsonville
at
employees.
Jenison,
We wanna support our community.
and Grand Haven will host East Kentwood. Again, Caledonia and Rockford are both in the top 10 in Division I, along with these Granville Bulldogs. Bulldogs ranked 10th in the state. Here's the kickoff. Short one taken by Jonathan Haas at the 15 to the 20 to the 25, spun down near the 30-yard line on the near sideline.
Kickoff return by number 7 for Hudsonville, Jonathan Haas.
So a good starting position for Hudsonville.
For the Bulldogs, 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
First drive for the Eagles was a successful one.
Hudsonville, 30-yard
Did it
line.
mostly through the air, but they were able to pound it in on the ground. Drew Bain's 7-yard touchdown, the score so far for Hudsonville. Trey Carr in the gun. 4-man front as he looks at it. Swings it out, and a great tackle in the
Hard pass
backfield.
complete to number 12, Carson Dykstra.
That's going to be Drew Hungerford playing defense the way you're supposed to play it.
Quickly by the defense.
That was
Number 4
absolutely
to number
read
4,
perfectly by the
Bulldogs lost
senior
on play,
Hungerford.
2nd down and 11 for
It's going to
Hudsonville.
lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. A minute 43 to play here in the opening quarter. Don't want to get behind the sticks a whole lot in a game like this. It looks like you're going to have to outscore your opponent. Haven't heard from Elijah Vanderveen in terms of making any catches yet. He's their leading receiver. But we will before this night is over. To the near flat, caught up near the 35-yard line. That's Carson Dykstra. Dykstra's had a good quarter. Dykstra with a 2-point conversion and also a catch on the drive.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll gain 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Vanderveen, the lone receiver, out to the far side. Hungerford draws that assignment. Might have a little help from his friend behind him. Carr waits the snap. He's going to keep it. Muscles his way toward the 40, and he was able to leap over a pile to possibly get the first down. He will.
Met up there by number 22,
Nice
Aiden
job to pick his way to the pile and then jump across it just enough to get the first down. A gain of 6 for Trey Carr. And they'll move the chains. The clock winding down, 20 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Three wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Man in motion, fake the jet sweep. Carr going deep down the middle. That's Vanderveen, but he overthrows him. So the first attempt to Vanderveen was a deep attempt, but it's just out of his reach with 1 tick remaining in quarter number 1.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
So the final play of the quarter will come with 1 second remaining, and it'll be a 2nd down and 10. Bain, the running back, to the left of the quarterback car. Bain, the handoff, spins away from one defender, but will not get away from the next two, and he'll probably get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And that will end the opening quarter. So 1 quarter in the books, a quarter dominated by the offenses. 2 touchdown drives for the visitors from Grandville. Sandwiched in between, an impressive drive for the home team. After 1 is Grandville 16 and Hudsonville 8. As we head to the 2nd quarter on the Hudsonville Eagle Sports Network.
Staffing levels are very, very tight, and you may have already experienced the rescheduling or even the cancellation of athletic contests due to the lack of officials. You, as a parent, are the stakeholders in your child's athletic ambitions and opportunities. So guess what? You can play at an even larger role. We like to encourage individuals who'd like to consider becoming the official at the athletic events that you know and love, the activities your children are involved in, and the games for the younger generation that hope to play and will forever be changed because of your courage to get involved. It's not difficult to start learning how to officiate. You may reach out to the Michigan High School Athletic Association at mhsaa.com and click on officials. Information on new official registration is readily available, and they will connect with you on the appropriate local officiating association.
Here we go, 2nd quarter. Grandville leading Hudsonville 16-8. Eagles on the drive, swing pass to the near side, caught at the 40-yard line, and again defensively wrapping up quickly for a short gain on the running back. Bain came out of the backfield, just a couple of yards gain, and it'll bring up 4th down and 8.
4th down for the Eagles, 4th down and 7.
And probably they'll have to kick it away for the first time. Jack Zeiderveen, number 15, Elijah Vanderveen, number 1, are both back in a position that you would think would be punting position. So dual punters. And it goes to Vanderveen, and he kicks it. Nice kick. Fair catch called for and made by Grandville inside the 20.
Vanderveen's punt. Down there by number 17, Tyson Mann for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs will take over, this time with the longer field. They had, again, the short field last time, just the inside the 20 start. Now, when you look at this series between these two teams, Grandville has won 7 of the last 10 games. Last year, 44-36 was the final score. As the Bulldogs line it up, and it's going to be Smith throwing to the far side and completing, and a flag is going to fly in
Smith's pass completes
about the 30-yard line.
Taken down there by number 1, Elijah Vanderveen. Penalty flag thrown on the play.
We'll see what that penalty flag's all about. Again, last year just an 8-point game as we listen to the official.
Personal foul, blindside block, illegal.
Logan City?
On White.
Logan Reeds.
So a blindside block is going to bring most of that back. And again, a nice play. Anytime that the Bulldogs throw the football, it's a little bit of a misdirection against what they normally do. In 2020, these two teams battled just a 4-point game, 21-17, Grandville with the win. And Hudsonville a winner back in 2019, 44-21. So this will set them back, and ball's going to be spotted just outside the 12-yard line. 16-8, Grandville on top. And looking to throw again, rolling out, directing and tripping and falling down.
Carson Smith on the quarterback keeper.
Going to lose a little yardage on the play. So Smith
Tripped up there by the Eagles.
loses a yard, and it's going to be second down and long. So a little bit different look from the Bulldogs when they have the
And long for the Bulldogs.
long situations that instead of the firsts and 10s, the seconds and 5s, but they still line up in the T. Senior Carson Smith under center with that T formation. And it's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. Nothing there for Carson Kopko. Hudsonville knocked him back for a loss of a yard, so every play is going back, back, back. And it's going to be third down and a long ways to go. The ball is marked at the 11, so it's third down and 19. Bulldogs have to get to the 30. Now, do they stick with the ground game, or do they actually air it up a little bit? And they do go with a different look. More of a wing T type look. Fake the handoff, and it's a quarterback getting to the outside. He's got lots of room down the sideline. A first down and out of bounds near the 40. So Carson Smith fooled everybody. A third down and 19 conversion for the Bulldogs. That's a big play here in this first half. Instead of getting the ball back in pretty good shape, the Bulldogs continue this drive. And again, a different look, a different setup, and the Bulldogs made it pay off big. First down at the 37-yard line. First down and 10. Right up the middle to the fullback. That's Easton Sadinsky getting his first carry. Sophomore. Coming into the game with just 3 attempts so far this season. That'll be his largest gain of the season. He came in with 3 attempts for 3 yards. Well, he picks up 5, so it'll be second down and 5. Clock ticking down near the 9-minute mark here of the first half. In front of a nice, large crowd here at Eagle Stadium. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Grandville Bulldogs. Right up the middle again, and then cutting out to the right side is Kopko. And he should have the first down. He will, across the 50-yard line and into Hudsonville territory at the 49. Kopko, a junior, averaging over 12 yards a carry. First down and 10, Grandville at the 48. Grandville 16, Hudsonville 8. 8.5 to play opening half. Terry and Mann are the halfbacks. The fullback is in the middle in the full house tee. It's going to be Mann trying to get to the near side. Doesn't get there. Nice pursuit by the Eagles. And Brad Reardon is able to stretch it and bring his man down after a very short gain. So gain of a couple of yards. It'll be second and 8. Ball's at the 47. Another thing that this offense, when it isn't throwing the football very often, does is it eats clock. Clock continues to tick on this drive that looked like it was going back, back, back until that big conversion. Rolling out to the right, looking to throw. Nope, he'll tuck it and run and beeline out of bounds after being pursued over on that sideline. So Carson Smith again picks up a couple of more yards. That'll stop the clock at the 7:30 mark and bring up a third down and 6. And I don't think the Bulldogs know the term punt, so I think you're talking about a couple of downs to try to pick this up. Pressure up the middle, but they're able to beat it. Up the middle, man, almost broke it, but finally dragged down from behind at the 31-yard line, and another first down. Tyson Mann, who already has 2 touchdown runs, moves the chains, and they will hurry to the line. And a quick, well, it looked like it was going to be quick, but now they'll look over to the sideline to make sure that they have the play. Terry, Kopko, and Mann, 3 across behind the quarterback. And it's going to be Kopko, the fullback amongst those 3 in the T. And he picks up a chunk. How about that offensive line? Stockwell, Jackson, Hunt, Bugard, Becker, Metaois, and LaCroix as tight end. Those guys are really opening up some holes for those running backs, as they have all season long. 2nd down and 3. Smith under center and then backs up. Hands it off in the middle to Kopko, and Kopko almost broke it. Eagles able to get him by the shoelaces, bring him down, but it is another 1st down. Inside the 20, the 19-yard line, with 6:11 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. 16-8, Grandville with the lead. Bulldogs started this drive in normal territory, but a couple of losses after a penalty stuck them with a 3rd and 19 that they converted, and they have gone down the field since. Terry with the handoff, gets out to the right side. Nice gain for Jaden Terry, the freshman. And you look up and it's 7 or 8 yards. Tack 7 more for Terry. 2nd down and 3. Ball rests on the right hash, the 12-yard line. This has been a long drive. The Eagle defense has been on the field quite a bit. Get a little bit tired out there trying to run these guys down. Kopko up the middle and squeezes through a hole across the 10 and down to the 9. That will be close to the 1st down, depending on the spot. Looks like they're going to rule it just short. So 3rd down and a half yard to go for Grandville. 5:20 remaining. We're in the 2nd quarter. Grandville 16 and Hudsonville 8. This is just methodical. After that long 3rd down conversion, it's just hand it, pound it, hand it, pound it. And that's what they have been able to do all season long. Again, Kopko up the middle. It's hit by the linebacker and brought down. But again, he'll get the 1st down. Mark him at the 6-yard line. Millward with the stop. But that will bring up a 1st and goal as we go under 5 and a timeout called. And this is more for a breather than anything on a pretty hot night here in Hudsonville. This has been a long drive. Again, it really turned on one play. It turned on that 3rd and 19 play that kept the drive alive. It could have been a change of momentum, could have been a change of possible field position, but instead, boy, once they converted on that 3rd and long, it was here we go, and this drive just continues to motor on down the field. Not even motor, just kind of plow on down the field as the Bulldogs continue to do what they do. So a 14-play drive, and in high school football, that's pretty impressive, especially when the first 3 went for a negative bunch of yards. And then the 4th one went for quite a bit to get him back, and then it's just here we go. So after a breather, we'll see what the Eagles defense can do and see if they can shut them down. Terry and Mann are the halfbacks, and it's going to be Mann up the middle, squeezes into the 5-yard line and gets spun down to the 4. They'll mark it at the 3. Reinforcements coming in from the Hudsonville sideline. Nothing fancy, and it probably won't. It'll probably continue the way that it has started. Oh, well, bobbled exchange there, but Mann is able to get it, and he gets close to the end zone. They call it a touchdown. He's able to get in at the very last moment. So Mann with a 3-yard touchdown. That's his 3rd touchdown. And that would be the 16th play of the drive. So that was very, very impressive. And again, they'll go for 2. It's 22-8. Mann, Terry, and Kopko lined up, 1, 2, 3. Smith will keep it, and he'll throw it, and it is going to be caught. Nice catch, and it's going to be called a conversion. That was nicely done. Braden LaCroix, the tight end, looked like a ballerina over there on the sideline, able to keep his toe in there and was able to make the grab. So LaCroix for the 2-point conversion. And it is 24-8. So that's about as impressive as it gets with 4:10 remaining here in the second quarter. Most of the quarter eaten up by a 16-play drive. Tyson Mann on the back end of it with the touchdown run from 3 yards out. LaCroix with the catch from Smith for the 2-point conversion. Well, these final 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the second quarter will be pretty important for the Hudsonville offense. Obviously, they need some points, but they also need to keep Grandville off the field again. A long kickoff. Haas will take it at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, spun down at the 21. So Hudsonville will have 3 ticks over 4 minutes to work with here in the second quarter, trailing 24-8. And here comes Trey Carr and crew. He'll go with 2 wide to the short side of the field. That's the near side, the Hudsonville sideline side. And in motion behind him, they're going to run that way. Going to keep it and turn it up to the 25-yard line, to the 27 or 28. So Carr on the keeper and a nice first down gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Clock running, 3:47 remaining in the second quarter. Drew Bain continues to be the running back in the backfield with Carr. Vanderveen, wearing number 1 on his chest, is the wideout on the near side. 2 wide to the left side. Handoff to Bain up the middle to 30. First down 35, but a flag comes in at the 30-yard line. Back in that area where it's probably going to come back.
Holding. Offense.
So the holding call will negate a pretty good run by Drew Bain. They'll walk it back to the 20-yard line.
Backs up the Eagles to their 20-yard line, 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 for Hudsonville. Clock running at the 3:18 mark here of the second quarter. And there's some movement and an early flag.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense.
So encroachment on the defense, and 5 will come right back. So 2nd and 6. Carr in the gun. Again, the delayed handoff to Bain. Trying to get outside, picking his way. Finds a little hole and gets up near the 30-yard line. What looked to be nothing turns into about 3 yards. Pretty good patience by Bain. If he would have taken the first hole, it was not a hole. He was going to be down, so a nice job of continuing to move it out there. Gain of a few. 3rd down and a yard to go. 2:28 remaining here in the quarter. Vanderveen and Dykstra wide left. On 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper close to the first down. He'll have it, depending on the spot. Yep, they're going to mark him just beyond the marker. So Carr will move the chains. And the Eagles will keep the drive alive. 24-8, Grandville. Grandville with 3 drives offensively and 3 touchdown drives. And extra points, the 2-point way each time after their touchdowns. First down and 10, ball to 31. Carr with time, quick over the middle, quick hitter, catch is made at the 35. Quickly brought down there. Mason Dykstra, the tight end, with the catch. Short gain of 3. Down to 1.5 minutes remaining. So now the Eagles are going to have to open it up a little bit, try to get down and get into point range.
2nd down for Hudsonville.
2nd down and 7. Carr again with a quick hitter out to the near side. Across the 40 to the 42.
Number 12, Carson Dykstra.
So Carson Dykstra. Mason the tight end, Carson the wide receiver. Back-to-back Dykstra catches, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 with 1:12 remaining in the half. Nice job of utilizing the sideline, stopping that clock at 1:12. Carr dumps it over the middle with a screen. Bain has it at the 45, the 50, spun around at the 45 and down into Grandville territory at the 44. Nicely executed play. The middle screen to Drew Bain. Eagles in business here with 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Dykstra near side with the catch to the 40, and again using the sideline. Out of bounds at the 38. Gain of 6. Bring up 2nd down and 4. Now the officials are chatting down on the near sideline where that catch was made. Wait until their conversation is over. The clock shows 55 seconds remaining in the half. Grandville 24, Hudsonville 8. And it looks like they're going to walk this one back. So for some reason, they're going to rule a no catch. So they mark it back, and it'll be marked back at the 44. Carr has to try it again. Deep over the middle. Vanderveen's got it. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hudsonville.
Hudsonville. Carr's pass complete to Vanderveen for the 44-yard. Touchdown, Hudsonville.
Well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Carr to Vanderveen. 44 yards. That was the perfect post. Right over the middle. Well thrown. Caught. And then the Jets from Vanderveen. Well, that was as big as it gets for the Hudsonville Eagles. Boy, did they need that. They're going to kick an extra point here. Ian Munoz in to attempt a 1-point extra point. It's on the way, and it's good.
Carr on the hole, Munoz on the extra point attempt, and it's good for the Eagles, 46 seconds.
So 24-15 with 46 seconds remaining in the half. Well, that was a darn important drive for a lot of reasons. Grandville scored at the 4:10 mark, so it took 3.5 minutes off the clock to give your defense a little breather, a defense that was on the field for a 16-play drive, the drive before, and then to get the points. Kudos to Hudsonville's offense. That was needed and well done. 24-15, Grandville on top. It's going to be all about making a stop or two as this game progresses. Will there be stops by the Hudsonville defense? That's going to be the key. Adjustments at halftime, and again, we still have 46 seconds here. You just never know with this Grandville offense, even though it's the old-fashioned. The T is usually grind them out, 16-play drive type things. They have shown that they can break away and have some big runs as well. So 46 seconds might seem like an eternity sometimes if you're a defense. Mann is going to receive the kickoff, and he's going to be down across the 25. Mark him at the 27. That'll leave him 40 seconds to work with.
Nick Huttinga for the Eagles. Grandville will start off 1st and 10. From the 28-yard line.
So the Hudsonville defense will have 40 seconds to try to hold strong and head into the locker room down 24-15. They'll line it up with the T. And it's up the middle, not much there. So that looks to be the decision for the coaching staff of Grandville, is they're just going to hand it off. Nothing fancy, nothing futuristic. Just a couple of yards gain. Clock winding down, 14 seconds remaining here in the half. Don't have to run a play if they don't want to, or they can run a final play and see what you can do with it. Carson Smith going to let it run down, and he does. That'll do it for the first half. Well, that was an entertaining first half. A whole lot of offense going on. Only one punt in the first half. The big play of the half was a 3rd and 19 run out of what looked to be a scattered wing T-ish type offense for Grandville, and then they were able to just methodically run down on a 16-play drive. That's when it was just 16-8. But Hudsonville came back, able to get the 44-yard touchdown pass to Vanderveen to make it 24-15. So fun opening game here at Eagle Stadium in front of a nice large crowd. Great to have you with us here on the Hudsonville Sports Network. Again, we're at halftime. It's Grandville 24 and Hudsonville 15 on the Hudsonville Sports Network.
To help you out with any training needs here at Hudsonville High School, no matter what you move, sports medicine can help you move better. See the experts at Spectrum Health Sports Medicine to get you moving again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pair of lost AirPods. If you lost a pair of AirPods, please come up to the press box and claim them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hudsonville Marching Band presents their 2022 production titled Surf's Up. We're proud to present drum majors Reagan Hall and Bryce Boomstra and the Hudsonville Marching Band.
Boys, I get around right here on 103.5 Surf FM.
This year's band is made up of 93 members. The 2022 drum majors are Reagan Hall and Bryce Boomstra. The band's next competition is on September 17th at Rockford High School. The band would like to also thank Pete's Auto Body and Gemmons for their generous support this year. The band would also like to thank their parents, teachers, administrators, staff, boosters, and the community for their generous support throughout their marching band season. For more information about the Hudsonville Marching Band, be sure to check them out at hudsonvillebands.org. I'd like to thank some of our Hudsonville football sponsors: Action Water Sports, Strict Equipment Sales, Maple Hill Golf Course, OHUB Signatures, along with Performance Plus Quick Lube, Hudsonville Lanes, Sarah's Pizza, the Gentleman Quarters, Rosema's Car Care, the Caterberg Agency, D. Schuler's, Wing Doozies, Pike 51, Vitales of Hudsonville, 317 Coffee, Rainbow Grill, Mr. Burger, Surf Pro, Great Lakes Chinese Buffet, Outback Steakhouse, BW3, and Uccello's. Just some of the great 2022 Hudsonville football sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to be sure to check out Hudsonville Athletics live stream, now available. Our live stream is available at Eagle Stadium and soon will be at Hudsonville High School's main gym. The live stream will be available at no cost to viewers on the Hudsonville Athletics YouTube channel. A link to the YouTube channel is available at Hudsonville Athletics YouTube. We're very excited to offer this service for our community and look forward to expanding it in the near future. Be sure to check it out. Hudsonville Athletics YouTube for all live streamed, no cost to you at Eagle Football.
That was dangerous. Bro, I didn't know that Hudsonville had a U. Yeah, I did.
And welcome back to Eagle Stadium in Hudsonville, where Grandville leads Hudsonville 24-15 as we're just about set to start the third quarter. And a very entertaining first half. A couple of offenses that do things a lot different than each other, but very entertaining on both sides and very efficient on both sides as well. Some unofficial statistics here in the early going. The Grandville Bulldogs with 112 yards rushing and the 3 rushing touchdowns. Carson Kopko with 24 yards on the ground. Tyson Mann has 3 touchdown runs and 33 yards. And Jaden Terry with 24 yards. And quarterback Carson Smith with 31. So there you see it right across. It's very balanced in terms of their rushing yardage. 112 total. You've got 3 guys. Make that 4 guys above 24 yards or more, so you really can't key on any one in particular. On the Hudsonville sideline, what a great start for Trey Carr, the senior quarterback. 9 of 10 through the air for 113 yards and a score. That score was that 44-yarder to Vanderveen in their final drive with under a minute remaining in the opening half that got them back to within 9. Rushing, they haven't rushed it a whole lot, just 16 yards for Drew Bain, who got the start and played most of the first half as the running back. Again, passing-wise, Vanderveen with just the 1 grab for 44 yards and a touchdown to lead his team in that statistic. So 24-15 is the score as we put 12 minutes on the clock and get set for the third quarter to begin under the lights now here in Hudsonville. Well, when you look at the Eagles of Hudsonville, a year ago they finished with a record of 4-5. And in this season's schedule, they started with 4 of the 5 teams that they played a year ago they lost to. So it's a tough start. Their schedule is a really tough opening part of their schedule. And it includes this one right here. And this is going to be a very important first drive for Hudsonville. And we are underway. Great to have you with us on the Hudsonville Sports Network. Ball is picked up and then dropped and then picked up again. Watch out. 30-yard line. 35 to the outside of the 40 and to the 45. Sometimes that works. Haas with the return. And more often than not, that kind of messes everybody's timing. They maybe hesitate just a little bit, and it opened up a hole for Haas. And a nice return, and here we go to start the third quarter. Quarterback and senior Trey Carr will lead the crew back out there. Again, Drew Bain started the opening half at running back, and he will start in the second half. Wideouts will be Vanderveen and Dykstra. Carson Dykstra had a really solid opening half. Mason Dykstra will be the tight end. Across that offensive line, they're going to mark some penalty yardage off as well, so it's going to be a pretty good starting position for Hudsonville here in this opening drive.
The penalty, Hudsonville first and
that 10, offensive line, Cooper Roberts, a sophomore at left tackle, Caleb Denhoff, the junior at left guard, Colton Hansen, the junior center, Nicholas Decline, the big senior right guard, Elijah Steiginga, the senior right tackle, and then Dykstra, the tight end. Here we go, first down and 10 at the 42. Keep it on the ground and rumble it straight ahead. One thing that if you're going to try to beat this Grandville team is you probably need to keep their offense off the field. It's a little bit tougher with the offense that Hudsonville runs, but I think they're probably going to make the plays come in a little bit more methodical, try to maybe grind out some more yardage to try to keep their defense on the sideline and Grandville's offense on the sideline. That's a way to keep that potent offense from scoring. Bain with the handoff, hit as he crosses the 35-yard line and down to the 34. Defensively for Grandville, front 4 of Jackson, Nesbitt, Kubzak, and Hunt. The backers are Doran, Sinkowski, and Newville. And the backers are Mann, Hungerford, Ruff, and Sanchez. It's third down call it 3 yards to go. It looks maybe like 2.5, but 3rd down and 3. 24-15, Grandville with the lead, opening drive, 3rd quarter. Carr from the gun, man in motion. Fake the handoff. Carr will keep it. 1st down to the 30-yard line. Still on his feet to the 26 is where he will be marked down.
Stopped there by number 5, Logan Stockwell for the Bulldogs.
So that'll move the sticks.
Down,
and a 1st down for the Eagles.
1st and 10.
10 minutes, 18 seconds to play. Just underway here in the 3rd. Everybody turning and looking a long ways across the field as the Eagles go right to left here at Eagle Stadium. Going with the beak of the eagle, facing the Hudsonville goal line this half, or at least this quarter. Carr will keep it, not much there on the right side. Maybe a yard or so.
Carr on the quarterback keeper. Stopped there by number 16, Graverson. Couple yards gain on the play, 2nd
What
down.
plays like this do is it kind of puts the secondary to sleep a little bit. Keep running and maybe faking a run, holding on to it, quarterback keeper, and it might open something up on the outside. Reardon is the wide out to the near side. Vanderveden's on the short side of the field. He comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground, and not much there. Just a yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and long.
On the carry. Stopped in there by number 62.
Jack Ulig comes in from the sideline. He comes in with the play.
3rd down for Hudsonville.
So a couple of substitutions for Hudsonville.
3rd down and 8.
On a 3rd down and 8 call with the ball at the 23-yard line. Bain the back. Carr the quarterback. Vanderveen with probably the safety rolled up. Nope, they're not going to roll that way. Carr to throw. Comes to the near side. It's caught at the 21-yard line. Short gain. They will not get the 1st down as Bain came out of the backfield to haul in that swing pass down at the 21. So decision time. It'll be 4th and 5.
Bulldogs. Slight gain on the play. 4th down.
Yeah, we did see them kick an extra point and have pretty good leg, but no decision here in a game that you're going to have to score 6s. 4th down and 5, and flag flies. This could be a really big early penalty here in this 3rd quarter. If it's against Grandville, it's going to be close to a 1st down.
Dead ball. Encroachment.
So it is encroachment against the defense. I'm not sure if it's enough. It's going to be really close. It might need half a yard. Oh, they do call it a 1st down. So it was exactly 5, according to the official.
1st and 10 for the Eagles.
So that's a big play. From 4th and 5 to 1st and 10. And they're going to mark it just outside the 15. So mark it at the 16-yard line. Snap back, swing pass to the far side. It's going to be caught, and again a short gain, if any gain. Bulldogs really swarming to the ball. Ulig, who just came in on that last play, made the catch.
No gain on that pass. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, actually no gain on the play. They got him down at the line of scrimmage. 7:17 to play. 3rd quarter. Grandville 24, Hudsonville 15. 2nd down and 10. Ball in the far hash. Vanderveen left. Trips formation on the near side. Looking to the near side. Lofting it toward the end zone. It is up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Carr's pass intercepted in the end zone by number 17,
Tyson Mann, who has done it all with his legs on offense, comes up with the pick on defense. He stepped in front of the throw and picks it off. Big turnover as Grandville gets the pick in the end zone, and that will stop the Hudsonville drive. So a lot of clock used on that drive, but No points to show for it here in the third quarter. That's going to bring up
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
the Grandville offense, which has not been stopped. The only thing that stopped them was the halftime clock. So they'll run that old-fashioned T formation. It'll be Terry to the near side. Gets away from one man. Gets the corner to the outside. Ooh, really gets hammered at the 30-yard line, but
Terry, your
gonna
ball
get
carrier.
close to a first down.
Forced out of bounds there by number 44, Joshua
Once he
Rosen
beat
for
the first
Hudsonville.
defender in the backfield, put a little burst on and picks up a solid 9 yards.
9 yards gained on that play.
Terry, Kopko, and Mann, the troika in the backfield behind Carson Smith, the quarterback. They have all done yeoman's work tonight in the backfield. Second down and 1 from the 29. Kopko is the fullback. That's the middle man of the two. The two are halfbacks. The fake to the halfback, quarterback keeper. Not much there. First down, though, just across the 30 as Smith is able to tuck it into his gut and gain a yard.
Taken down there by number 45, Bryce Fox.
Coming into this game, Carson Smith
For the Bulldogs.
had connected on 8 of 11 passes before this game.
31-yard line.
And he's connected on a few in this, so he's an 80% plus passer. Pretty good percentages. As they move the sticks and work first and 10 from the 31. 6:04 remaining here in the third quarter. And a handoff left side to Mann. Mann 35 and leaps forward and out of bounds over near the 40-yard line.
Mann on the carry. Taken down by
Mann
number
with
15, Jack Zagerby.
the 3 touchdowns. He's the one who's going to get the print after this one, but everybody up front has been doing outstanding work. They have had
For the Bulldogs.
many, many times when there have been 4 and 5 yards before they've been touched. And with the going out of bounds, clock stops, 5:53 remaining in the third, 24-15, Grandville on top. Second down, 2. Terry bounces left, doesn't get away from the pile. Nice job by the Hudsonville defense to stack that one up in the middle. Yeah, Terry does his best work getting outside, as we saw in the earlier play where he gained 9 yards after evading a tackle in the backfield. At 5'9" and 170, not a big guy. So he's not going to mix it up a whole lot in the middle. And it's third down and 1, the ball just across the Grandville 40. Mann, first down. He'll gain 2.
Tyson Mann, your ball
Clock
carrier.
will run.
Stop there by number 64, Nicholas Decline for the
Game
Eagles.
will continue to
Play
move
result,
forward.
first down for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs continue to do what they do. Under 5 minutes to play in the third, leading 24-15.
23-yard line.
Trying to take advantage of an interception in the end zone. The first turnover of the game. And they'll huddle up, bring the play in from the side. First down and 10 from the 43. In the tee. Handoff to the fullback. Kopko with a couple of yards. Kopko again averaging 12.5 yards per carry.
Stop there by number 44, Rosen.
He had a large opening game against Grand Blanc. And you're going to see that. They're going to have a different guy having a huge game about every game. To the 50-yard line is Terry. And And that's where he'll be corralled, a couple of yards shy of the first down. They'll put it smack dab in the middle, right in the middle of the field, right on the Hudsonville Eagle logo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a red Chevy Silverado parked near the concession stand.
Third down and 3.
License plate number CXTRIAR. Red Chevy
Smith
Silverado
under center, gives it to Mann. Hit, and down he goes. He's shy of the first down by a half yard or so.
Stop there by number 44 for Hudsonville, Joshua Rosen.
Rosen with a nice job from his linebacker spot to come up and make the stop. So here's a fourth down opportunity for the Hudsonville defense. Can somebody get in the backfield and make a play? 4th down and 1. We saw earlier a 3rd down and 1 that went for a pass and a long one for the Bulldogs. What will they do here? 4th and 1 from the 49. Handoff, Mann hit at the line close, and they're going to give him enough forward progress for the first down.
Mann, number 17, your ball carrier.
He gains 1.5 yards when he needed a yard. And the drive will continue.
Bryce Swears Payne. Play results in a first down for the Bulldogs.
And the clock will roll. 2:39 remaining. Third quarter. Grandville 24, Hudsonville 15. No scoring in this third quarter. Each team has had the ball once. First and 10 at the 46. Mann in motion out of the tee. That was Mann. Rolling to the near side and throwing it and catching it at the 40-yard line. Yeah, every once in a while they'll sneak one out there. Braden LaCroix, the tight end, with the catch, his second catch of the game.
First and 10. Hudsonville 35.
That's good for first down yardage. Mark him at the 35. Ball on the near hash mark. Kopko, the fullback, handed to Mann. He's been the workhorse. Not much there. He tries to burrow his way for maybe a half yard or so. That's about the smallest of gains for Tyson Mann in this game. About a half yard. Second and about 9.5. And the clock runs with 1:47. Boy, this third quarter has gone boom, boom, boom. Again, this drive started with the interception in the end zone after Hudsonville had themselves a drive going to start the third quarter. Second down, 9 for Grandville. Fake the handoff, roll out and throw it. Caught at the 30-yard line and immediately knocked out of bounds, and that's LaCroix again.
21, LaCroix. Taken down there by number
That's always a nice play from the T formation with LaCroix. Just maybe getting a bump on the line and rolling out.
Third down and 1 from the Hudsonville 26.
With his quarterback Smith rolling out as well, both going to the same side. Smith can see LaCroix. He's usually open. So another third down and short. Third down and 1. Terry, first down to the 20 and inside the 20-yard line. And the drive will continue for Grandville.
Number 52, Tyler Nichols for Hudsonville.
Nichols on the stop. The Bulldogs again with a long, methodical drive. Remember in the first half, they had a 16-play drive. This drive is starting to become very similar, even though they haven't had to have a long third down conversion to keep this drive going like they did that one. Kopko, the fullback, not much there. Swarmed under right at the line, no gain. Now this is where you have to make your stand if you're the Hudsonville defense. And they might get a breather here soon. 35 seconds remaining in the third. This fourth quarter break probably can't come soon enough for the defense to at least get over and get some water and get off the field and think things over a bit. And it looks like Grandville might even let this clock run down to 15 seconds. They come up to the line. Now they will run the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Hand off to Terry. Terry cuts it back and gets inside the 15.
Jaden Terry,
nice shoestring tackle.
Dragged down there by number 10, Chase
Cholik with the stop, and that is going to be the end of the quarter. Each team had the ball once. An interception on one end and a long drive that will continue in the 4th quarter as we take the break to end 3. After 3 quarters here in Hudsonville, it's Grandville 24 and Hudsonville 15. You are watching and listening to the Hudsonville Sports Network.
Hudsonville Athletics and the Athletic Boosters, Jets Pizza, locally owned and operated, does truly appreciate all of your support. Now kicking for Hudsonville varsity volleyball player and sister to our quarterback, Trey Carr, Miss Haley Carr. Haley's going to stick with volleyball. Jets Pizza, proud sponsor of our 3rd quarter kick. Jets Pizza is locally owned and operated and truly does appreciate all your support. Be sure to visit Jets Pizza before and after the home games. Be sure to check them out right over here on Baldwin Street. Life is short. Eat better pizza.
Couple of big downs coming up for the Hudsonville defense. 3rd down and 5 as we start the 4th quarter. Grandville has rushed for over 160 yards so far. Handoff Terry right side and then gets bottled up in the middle. Gets a couple but not the first, so it'll bring up a 4th down. 4th and 2. The Eagles need a stop.
Stopped in there by number 70, Cooper Roberts.
Trying to get their crowd riled up.
Brings up 4th down for the
4th
Bulldogs.
and 2 and a big play.
4th down and 2 from the Hudsonville.
Grandville will line up. Kopko in the middle. Terry and Mann as the halfbacks. Quarterback keeper gets the 1st down. Smith faked it inside, went outside, got the corner, and just rode out of bounds after enough to get the first at the 8-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal to go.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
So this long drive will continue. The other thing about this Grandville offense is they just do not turn the ball over. They hold the ball. They are very well versed in how to handle it. Very impressive offense. Handoff right smack dab up the middle. This one goes to Sadinsky, his 2nd carry.
Go, your ball carrier. Stopped in there by number 52, Jacob Millward.
The clock is now under 11 minutes remaining. 24-15. Grandville leading Hudsonville. Carson Smith under center. Fakes the handoff, puts it on his hip, keeps it, gets to the outside, leaps to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown.
Grandville.
Carson Smith.
Carson Smith on the
6-yard touchdown.
For the touchdown.
Now that was, again, a very impressive drive. They just do what they do, and they do it well. They block up front. They hold on to the football. They get yardage when they need it. They wear you down. And they're going to go for 2. which is basically what they do. So at the 10:38 mark, leading 30-15. Give it to Terry, trying to get outside. He gets hit and leaps toward the end zone, and they do give it to him. It was close. He got windmilled at about the 2-yard line, but was able to get in. So Terry with the 2-pointer. So the perfection continues for the offense of Grandville, and it's 32-15.
Hudsonville, 15.
So after a scoreless third quarter, first points of the second half belong to the Bulldogs. And it's their only drive of the second half. So it started in the third quarter. It was after the interception, and they took the entire third quarter, and that was a 19-play drive. They just wear you down. 19 plays, a 16-play drive earlier. Again, it's tough. You just as soon see that offense over on the sideline. You try to keep them off the field as much as you can, but it is a tough assignment, and it's going to be for anybody. I tell you what, the OK Red is in for a battle anytime you get these Grandville Bulldogs. And don't give up on Hudsonville yet, though. Still have 10.5 to play. Down by 17.
Returns the kickoff for Hudsonville.
Kickoff taken, short kickoff, up to the 27-yard line.
Hudsonville will start off 1st and 10.
So here come the Eagles
From their own 28-yard
with their
line.
second possession of the second half. First possession, pretty good. It was a darn good possession. It did end with the interception in the end zone. Man stepped in front of a pass in the near corner of the end zone that stopped the drive. But it was a pretty solid drive overall. And a handoff to start this drive goes to Bain, and a short gain to the 30. Couple of yards, be 2nd and 8.
Stopped in there by number 16, Graverson for the Bulldogs.
Well, that Carson Smith touchdown run, by the way, it stopped the Tyson Mann show. Mann had scored all 3 of the previous Grandville touchdowns. So 3 for Mann and 1 for Smith. Handoff, Bain, and gets to the 32-yard line.
Bain, your ball carrier. Stopped there by number 58 for the Bulldogs, Landon Hunt. 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 for Hudsonville. Substitution as Bain comes to the near sideline. Dykstra back in. Dykstra will go wide left as a pair of receivers on that side. Vanderveen, who caught the 44-yard touchdown pass late in the first half, wide out to the near side. Double clutch and a throw to the near flat, caught the 40 to the 45, the 50, and a first down. Mason Dykstra, the tight end, with a nice grab. Carr put it right on the 8 and the 0, and a chain moving connection. First down into Grandville territory at the 49. Still plenty of time. 9 minutes, 7 seconds remaining. It's 32-15. Grandville on top. There's a deep ball down the middle, and it's just off the fingertips of his intended receiver down near the 10-yard line. A well-thrown ball, but just out of the reach of Carson Dykstra. He had him running down that left seam. Didn't miss him by much.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
Dykstra had himself a step. Carr laid it out there for him. Just missed on the connection. Stops the clock at the 8:54 mark. 2nd down, 10. Middle screen set up, and then the ball's dropped, and it's ruled incomplete, which is probably a good thing. That is going to be a tough go in the middle. Not a whole lot of room there, so they will line up and try something else on a 3rd down and 10. Reardon and Dykstra. Wide out to the left side. Vanderveen and Ulig. Wide right. 3rd down and 10 from the 49. Carr will throw. Vanderveen's got it at the 40. 35 down the middle, 30, 29. Watch out! The 20-15-10. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. 49 yards for the Eagles, who are still alive here in the 4th quarter. Boy, once Vanderveen caught that, got a rocket jet going. Just turned it on. So he's closing in on 100 yards receiving. But that's a big one. They'll go for 2. Man in motion. He'll come back the near side. Carr's going to try it himself, and he's in there. 2-point conversion for Carr.
Is good. Trey Carr on the keeper.
So 32-23. Still a ton of time in this one, but again, it's all going to come down to a stop.
23.
And even though right now it's a 9-point lead, so it's going to take a couple of stops, a couple of possessions. You have to get that first one first. But there's still life on the Eagles sideline with a tad over 8.5 minutes remaining. Well, how about Carr and Vanderveen? Hooking up twice for 40 pluses. That one was 49, besting their 44-yarder from the opening half.
Equipment and services locally owned and operated. Just a few of the sponsors of Hudsonville football.
So how many possessions are left? That's what you got to ask yourself if you're Hudsonville with 8:36 remaining. You've obviously got to stop Grandville from scoring, but how many times will you get the ball back? We have seen 16 play drives and 19 play drives in this game. So Grandville's rushing yardage over 200 yards as a team, which is pretty normal for them. They have, again, been very solid. We'll see. It's going to be an onside kick. And one of the front men is able to haul it in. So that was one way that Hudsonville thought maybe they could get an extra possession. But the hands team able to come up and make the recovery. And the negative part of that is that it is a short field, or a relatively short field for Grandville. They will start right at the 50-yard line. So the Eagles defense back on the field, knowing they need a stop with 8:36 remaining, down 32-23. Bulldogs line up with that T formation. Gone with that about 99% of the time in this game. Terry gets outside right. Before he's wrapped up, he picks up a good solid gain of 8 yards.
Number 21, Ethan Post for the Eagles. 7 yards gained on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Now they'll mark it at the 43, so 7-yard gain. And the clock will start running. And that will be a consideration on the Grandville sideline as well. They will probably huddle up, which they do, take the time that they need, whittle the clock as well as they can. Smith with those 3 backs behind him. It's Terry again, first down, and he doesn't get away from the secondary. He does get the first down, though. Gets it across the 40 and down to the 38.
Dragged down there by number 6, Brad Reardon. First down.
Reardon with the stop. He's played well in the secondary. He's had to make a lot of stops back there for Hudsonville in this game. Clock is running, 7.5 remaining, 32-23. Grandville leading Hudsonville here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 from the Hudsonville 38. Terry, Kopko, and Mann, the three across. That has been the three running backs, and it's going to be a keeper for Smith as he bounces out, tries to get the corner. He might get it. He slows down to the 35, puts his arm out to stiff arm, and able to get to the 32. He wanted to stay in bounds, and he does. That'll keep the clock running with 6:49 remaining. So second down and 4. Well, again, the only thing that has stopped the Grandville offense was halftime, the clock stopping on them. They have scored every time they've had it, have not had to punt in this game, have had some long drives of 16 plays and 19 plays, and have just ground it out. Terry, and they stop the play. So stop the play before it begins, and that's going to be a penalty. Pretty rare penalty in this game. Actually, it's been a very clean game. This will move them back 5. Walk it back to the 37. So second and 9 from the 37. Ball in the near hash. Grandville going right to left here in the fourth quarter. Leading by 9, 6 minutes remaining. They continue to feed Terry, and he doesn't get to the outside.
Terry, your ball carrier.
You can tell what they want to do is Terry, again, with the speed, is that in the fourth quarter they feel that they've got the defense right where they want them. They've got them so tired from running methodically all game long that they're not able to chase him down. And so Terry continues to get the handles here on this drive. Not able to get a whole lot on that one, though. Third down and 9. And the next 2 plays are going to be very important for the Hudsonville defense. Clock is running, 5:22 remaining. The crowd senses a big play, the first of what will be 2 big plays. Fake the handoff. Smith rolling out to the near side, to the 35 and the 30, and beelines out of bounds. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. He's called his number on those third and longs multiple times tonight and has had pretty good success. And here's the play right here. This is the one that if you're Hudsonville, if you want to have a chance, got to have a stop. 4th and 2, ball at the 30. Fourth and 2 from the 30. Fake the handoff. Throw it to the tight end, and it's going to be caught for the first down. And again, that has been open 4 or 5 times as LaCroix continues to haul in that exact same play. Again, well thrown by Carson Smith, and LaCroix with the breadbasket catch for the first down. And a big first down for Grandville. They can continue to milk the clock, keep the football in their possession as they move the chains and get 4 new downs. Clock is running at 4:37. 32-23. Handoff straight up the middle, not much there. But again, for Grandville, that clock is as big a factor as anything.
Your ball carrier. Stop there by number 64, Nicholas Decline for the Eagles.
Hello, Hudsonville.
And a timeout called by Hudsonville.
More great sponsors. Image Builders Marketing Incorporated.
That's the first timeout utilized by the Eagles here in this half.
Laser etching and engraving and full color UV print, heat transfers, vinyl graphics.
Again, being utilized for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, number one, stopping the clock, trying to extend the game as much as they can. The other is to get a breather on another long drive by Grandville. This drive started at about midfield after the onside kick that was recovered by Grandville. How about this second half? Trying to think back. Hudsonville had the first drive in the third quarter that ended in an interception, and then they had the touchdown drive for the touchdown pass. I think that's it. Have they only had the ball twice? 2 times. 2 offensive possessions in the second half for Hudsonville. So this then would be the third Grandville possession of the second half. It has been one of those. Just grind it and run clock. Hand off to Terry. First down, corner to the 5 and into the end zone.
Touchdown, Grandville. Jaden Terry on the
and that's what they were continuing to do, is they were continuing to feed Jaden Terry on that drive. And Terry gets into the end zone at the 4:11 mark. His first touchdown of the night. And another impressive drive. This one wasn't a long one. Only had to go 50 yards, but the Bulldogs continue to be perfect on the night, and they have been in the 2-pointers as well. And will they be? Yes, they will be. Another 2-point conversion, and it's Terry again.
Jaden Terry, your ball carrier for the 2-point conversion for the Bulldogs. 4:11 left in the game.
So 40-23.
Hudsonville.
Grandville on top. Well, I guess if you're rating the Grandville offense, it has to be A+. They've scored on every possession they've had it. They have been able to get 2-point conversions every time they've tried. They have the lone turnover in this game, the interception. They have caused the 1 punt in the game. So it's just been a very solid effort. Methodical, almost to perfection for Grandville. And Hudsonville has played well. Hudsonville has had some great moments tonight. They've had the 2 long touchdown passes, again, just the 1 interception, and then 1 time to punt. So they have been solid as well. They have just run into a machine offensively that a lot of teams are going to have trouble with. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Near side of the 30, to the 40-yard line. Nice return.
Jonathan
Haas with the return.
Stopped there by number 12.
And Hudsonville will have the football and 4 minutes and 2 seconds to work with here in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
So Trey Carr will go with the empty backfield and 4 wide. Here on first and 10 from the 45. Gets flushed out to the far side. Fires a nice one-handed catch at the 45-yard line. That was well done. Down inside the 35 to the 32. That was Brad Reardon.
Snatched there by number 6, Brad Reardon.
It was like Spider-Man. Put his
by number 22, Aiden Dorris.
web up there and snatched it down. Moving the chains. Ball at the 32, first and 10.
2-yard line.
They will continue with that empty backfield trips formation now to the near side. Carr looking deep toward the end zone. Vanderveen knocked away at the very last moment.
Carr's pass intended for number 1, Vanderveen, broken up there by number 4, Drew Hungerford.
Hungerford has played pretty well in that secondary of Grandville.
For the Eagles.
Couple of pass knockaways in this game. That was an up for grabs ball, but Hungerford was able to knock it away from Vanderveen. 3:24 remaining. Second down and 10. Hudsonville at the Grandville 32. Carr from the gun. Guns it to the near side. Vanderveen at the 25. Immediately brought down at the 23.
Number 1, Vanderveen.
Clock continues to run.
There by number 5, Logan Stockwell for Grandville.
Gain of 9. Third down and 1 yard to go for Hudsonville. Now there's no quit in this Eagles team as Carr takes it on the quarterback draw up the middle. The 15 still on his feet down near the 10. They're actually going to mark him right at the 10. Yeah, this could be a quick drive. See if they can pound it in. 2:49 remaining here in the fourth.
Quarterback keeper by Carr. Taken down there by number 8, Todd. First and goal for the Eagles.
Again, they'll go 4 wide on first and goal from the 10. Whistles will stop the play. Looks like Grandville's going to call timeout. So a timeout on the field.
Grandville.
A couple more of our great sponsors of Hudsonville football. Georgetown Dental Professionals, Christian.
Well, next week, Grandville will be back home. They'll take on West Ottawa. Hudsonville hits the road again. Another tough game at Caledonia. Caledonia is ranked in the top 5 in Division I. So again, I mentioned that this front-heavy schedule that Hudsonville has, again, really front-heavy. They're looking at teams that are mostly all ranked or will be before the end of the season, before they head to West Ottawa in week 5. So it's a tough road for Hudsonville. Unless they have a big comeback here in the final 2.5, will drop to 0-3, but have really been competitive. They've just run into some buzzsaws here in the first 3 weeks. Brittenall now in there at running back, standing next to Carr. Man in motion. Direct snap. Carr's going to take it to the 5-yard line, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Hudsonville. Trey Carr on the quarterback keeper for the touchdown.
So that didn't take long. Hudsonville right back on the board. It's 40-29. They will go for 2, try to get it back to within 9. And again, they will start talking strategy about an onside kick on the sideline. Need some more possessions. Still time on the clock, 2:29. Again, down by 11, and another timeout. And this is another Grandville timeout. So after a scoreless third quarter, a quarter that we only saw each team have the ball once, this fourth quarter we have all of a sudden watched some points being scored. That only took less than 2 minutes for Hudsonville to get back on the board. After Jaden Terry's touchdown run at the 4:11 mark, it's 2:29 remaining on the clock now, so a quick drive. After a nice kickoff return to start it, had some pretty good field position. Again, they're going to be down by a couple of possessions. So right now, looking at the unofficial totals, Grandville 261 total yards. Hudsonville 285. So pretty darn even in terms of the offensive numbers unofficially. And it really just comes down to one interception and one punt, and not able to stop. The throw into the end zone, knocked away, tipped away at the last moment, so no conversion, and it will stay an 11-point game, which really doesn't hurt your chances. If you're going to have a chance to win, you're still going to need the 2 scores anyway. So they'll try another onside kick here with 2:29 remaining. See if they can get another possession out of this. And you never know. That's, again, less than a 2-minute drive that they just had. If they could somehow, some way, recover an onside kick at near midfield and go less than a minute or so and score again, put a little pressure on them. You never know. So the Bulldogs going to bring their hands team up again, and the Eagles are going to implement their best onside kick play. You see so many different ones. Munoz will tee it up. What do they have in the trick bag here? Which direction will he go? It looks like, oh, they're going to stop before they kick it. Not even sure if I know which direction he was going. Now they're going to call a penalty against Grandville.
Ladies and gentlemen, just announced at our concession stand for your ride home.
So there's a 5-yard walk-off.
Are now 2 for $1. 2 for $1 brats and hot dogs.
So they'll walk it up to the 45 where they will attempt it again. Munoz never gave it away of which direction he was going, but you would assume he's going to the direction of the most players to his left, and he does. And it goes out of bounds. A little bit too much mustard on that ball.
Onside kick attempt by Munoz.
So Grandville will take it over with 2:29 to go. I believe the Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining. I know they've used at least one here in the second half. 40-29, Grandville on top. I'd like to thank my crew of Mitchell Norris and Ben Gross close here tonight at Eagle Stadium on our Hudsonville Sports Network, a partnership of Hudsonville Athletics and WCET-TV. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And it's going to be a fake handoff and just going to keep it. Smith is going to dive down on it just to keep the clock running, or at least to stop the clock or make the timeout taken, and that's what's going to happen. So a loss of a few yards, but a timeout has been taken. Deuces Wild on the scoreboard, 2:22 remaining. 40-29, Grandville on top.
Check them out on your walk out to the parking lot.
So our next broadcast here on the network from Eagle Stadium will be on September 30th. Jennison will be here to take on the Eagles. So that'll be week 6 of the season. So a couple of road games await Hudsonville before they welcome Jennison here to town on the 30th.
Hudsonville Athletics would like to thank Johnny Bees for helping us out.
So after the timeout, it's going to be second down and 13 from the 47-yard line. Jaden Terry not going to get the corner. Oh, he is going to get the corner and then tries to stop from sliding out of bounds. Boy, he avoided a loss in the backfield. Again, a nice little burst of speed kept him alive to turn it. and makes nothing, makes positive out of nothing as he able to get it to the 46. But apparently they ruled him out of bounds, so he did slide out of bounds, which is a savior for Hudsonville, stopping the clock at 2:15. So 3rd down and 7. And Smith hands it right up the gut. Not going to get the first down to the 42. Boy, the Eagle defenders trying to get that ball, punch it away, but Grandville so good at protecting the football. Carson Kopko just nestling it and holding it, making sure that nobody gets it to the turf. So 4th down and 2. And Hudsonville has used their final timeout with 2:07 remaining. So this will do it here. They need a 4th down stop. If they can get the ball back, they still have some time, 2:07, but without any timeouts. If Grandville gets the first down here, they'll be able to run the clock out with the Eagles utilizing their final timeout. Well, if you just tuned in, Grandville took the opening lead in the opening quarter. Tyson Mann with a 1-yard touchdown, 2-point conversion good. Drew Bain with a 7-yard run to tie it for Hudsonville, 8-8. Grandville regained the lead 16-8 and then 24-8 early in the second. And here we go to the 4th down play. 4th down and 2. No, they're going to now call a Grandville timeout. In the second quarter, a 44-yard touchdown pass with under a minute to go made it 24-15 at halftime. No scoring in the third quarter, where each team only had the ball once. Matter of fact, Hudsonville had it through an interception. Grandville had it and ended the quarter with it and then scored early in the fourth quarter to make it 32-15. The Eagles came right back on a 49-yard touchdown pass to Vanderveen to make it 32-23. Grandville scored again on the ground. Jaden Terry from 14 out. 2-point conversion good to make it 40-23. But then just a minute or so later, Carr with a 10-yard keeper to make it 40-29. And that's where we stand. 2:07 remaining. And a 4th down play upcoming. 4th down and 3 from the 42. Smith with the T formation. They've been giving it to Terry a lot here in this fourth quarter. Smith likes to keep it on these short ones as well. Fake it and run. And that's what he does. He fakes it and runs. First down. Again, you probably know it's coming, but can you stop it? Harder than it really looks. And that'll move the chains, and now they'll be able to run the clock down. So a new set of downs.
1st and 10.
And now under 2 minutes remaining. So both teams are going to have pretty even offensive numbers, doing it in different ways. Obviously the Bulldogs on the ground and the Eagles through the air. 229 yards unofficially on the ground with the 5 rushing touchdowns for Grandville in this one. And again, most of the Hudsonville yardage coming through the air in this one. Yeah, this is just going to be a couple of kneel downs. Clock will run, 1:14 to go. Well, if you're Grandville, again, it was just a methodical, here we go again, this is what we do, and they did it well. You know, tip the cap. That was a very solid effort, and this is going to be a tough team to beat. If you don't get any stops against this team, they are just going to do what they do. If they stay healthy all season long, this is going to be a really solid team and fun to watch against the Rockfords and Caledonias and so on and so forth. Hudsonville the same way. I think this Hudsonville team is an exciting team to watch. They showed that they can score some points. They can throw it with the best of them. Their defense just had a tough time, like everybody's going to, against Grandville. And that will be the last snap of the game, and the Bulldogs will celebrate here in Hudsonville with the win. The final is going to be 40-29 as Grandville improves to 3-0 on the season, while Hudsonville will drop to 0-3. And these two teams shake hands, and again, a tip of the cap to both teams with two very solid OK Red teams going at it here tonight. And there the clock shows zeros. Final score, Grandville 40 and Hudsonville 29. And that is going to wrap up our coverage here on the Hudsonville Sports Network. My thanks to Mitchell Norris and Ben Grosclose. I'm Kurt Wilson. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Once again, the final score from Eagle Stadium in Hudsonville. It's Grandville 40 and Hudsonville 29. So long, everybody.
And depositing that trash on your way out. You would greatly help us out by helping to keep our facilities clean here at Hudsonville Eagle Stadium. Hudsonville will be traveling next Friday to Caledonia as they take on the Fighting Scots at Caledonia High School. Our next action here will be next Thursday in our freshman JV game. Freshmen start at